With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight, the American Sim Motor Racing HAUCK Designs Truck Series fires things off here from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol Dirt, baby. That's right. These pavement-pounding drivers gonna see who can mix it up on the high banks, covered in some dangerous dirt. Heat race number 1, ready to fire things off. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight. Let's jump trackside with your pole sitter here tonight, grabbing the pole position, starting in the side row number 1. Gonna roll off the grid with that top spot. Clark Janikin taking the top spot in qualifying. He will start on the pole position here for heat race number 1. And as drivers roll off the grid, there's your starting lineup here for heat race number 1. Clark Janikin will start inside pole position. Dylan Ussery just to his outside. How about Nathan Wing and Brody Tolstika in that 4th position there? You can see him second. Truck in line outside lane. Bailey Dutton, Ed HAUCK back in row 3, row 4 here for heat race number 1. The 3 of Josh Douglas and Vernon Broadbeck. Zach Miller, Robert Lukens rounding out the 10 truck field for heat race number 1. So we'll go ahead and get rid of your starting lineup information. Music will begin to fade, and these truck drivers will sling some dirt for the first time here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's see who's got what it takes to conquer the last great Coliseum. And oh man, I've been waiting for this one all season. I hope you got your popcorn. I hope you got your drinks, because it's going to be some fast-paced action here on the dirt. A lot of quick drivers in this field. A lot of very good dirt track truck drivers in this series, in this league. And as the pace truck ducks off, we'll get ready to fire things off for the first time. And on the gas, green flag flies for the first time here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll get a little closer to the action. Everybody making their way through turns 1 and 2. Janikin at the top side. We're 3 wide for second. 3 wide for second. Contact between Nicholas Wing and Bailey Dutton. As we'll switch cameras, go high above the speedway, bring you some of the action from above the track with the turn 3 blimp cam here tonight. There you can see your top 4 now, nose to tail, making their way around the track. Looking for some more of those battles out there, and it looks like your top 3 have begun to separate themselves from each other already. Your pole sitter, fastest man in qualifying, Clark Janikin, taking the top spot here in heat race number 1. Janikin out to a half a second advantage. We'll go ahead, throw that timing and scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen. And it looks like we've got a little bit of trouble with that, so we'll get that one fixed up and finished out for you. Side by side, the 99 of Nicholas Wing looking to take that 3rd position away from Bailey Dutton. Dutton going to work that middle lane. We haven't seen anybody really work the bottom side of the track earlier here today when these drivers were turning in some practice times. We've seen the line migrate to that high side. Drivers really pushing that cushion up near that outside wall. Nobody really running that bottom and up in the fluff already. That 27 of Janikin trying to make the track a little bit wider, as track conditions will carry over through all 3 of our heat races. And then we will set for the long run. 80 laps in tonight's feature event. Where will these drivers shake out? Where will they line up for the feature event here tonight? We'll go ahead and get that timing and scoring back up to the left-hand side of your screen. There you can see all those gaps between all of these different drivers. Janikin walking away with heat race number 1 right now with 9 laps to go this time by. Back in the second position, the 71 of Dylan Ussery. There you can see Ussery still running that high line, but not quite pushing that cushion just yet. Bailey Dutton sitting back in third, right up next to that outside wall. 26 with a little bit of contact down the back stretch before he headed off into turn number 3. The 99 of Nicholas Wing since has faltered and fell back to that fourth position. Now the Toyota Tundra 99 looks to regain that position. There you can see him really driving it deep down into 1 and 2, keeping that momentum, driving it straight off. Nicholas Swing with a good line here. We'll have to see if it pays off, if he's going to be able to run down Dutton at the front. Gaps all the way through this field. Let's jump back here to one of your closest battles on track. The 7 of Ed HAUCK just off in front of Brody Tostica. Tostica dropping 4 positions from where he started heat race number 1 in that 4th position, and now the 23 Chevy Silverado sitting back in 8th. He's going to fall a little bit through the field, and really with these heat races determining the starting order for tonight's feature event, the 80-lap feature coming up after some quick heat races. 15 laps, 3 heat races here tonight for the ASMR HAUCK Designs Truck Series Bristol Clash. It's Bristol Dirt, baby, that's right. Right in the wheelhouse for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. We love ourselves some great dirt track action, some great short track action. And, well, Dave McCabe, I kind of love all racing action. It doesn't matter if it's sports cars on the road courses. You could probably get some bicycles out here, and I would probably, get... Whoa, the 7 of Ed HAUCK, he's got some big trouble here. Struggling now to get the truck going back in the right direction. Had a moment off of turn number 2, and it looks like HAUCK going to bring that down to pit road. No, not coming to pit road. Oh, right in front of the 29. That could have been bad right there. That could have ended very bad for all of those drivers. And, well, let's go back to the battle. Second and third on the track here. Bailey Dutton has taken over that second position, so Dutton moving forward. He's going to move up to that second spot, up 3 positions from where he started tonight's heat race number 1, and Dutton has got that U.S. Auto Sales Toyota Tundra fired up. It's a 4 Tundras at the front, dominating here. The bow ties in those blue ovals, a little bit behind the 8 ball as Clark Jenikin works his way back into 3 and 4. We'll see 1 to go this time around in heat race number 1, and Jenikin picking up right where he left off. Fast and happy hour, fast in first practice, fast in qualifying, and Jenikin gonna lead every single lap here in heat race number 1. That kitty coin 27 looks fast. You better watch it, boys. He's quick on pavement and quick on the dirt. Crossing the line this time around. There you have it. It's in the books. It's in the bag. Jenikin walks away with heat race win number 1. Bailey Dutton, Dylan Ussery, Nicholas Wing, and a Vernon Broadbeck round out your top 10 for tonight's heat race number 1. It's going to be a quick turnaround here to get heat race number 2 out there, and we'll get things set and ready to go. Once again, drivers going to get called very quickly here to make their way to the starting grid, so we'll try to get to the starting grid just as quickly as we possibly can. And I tell you what, here for heat race number 2, we may see who we've got down there on the microphones. We might see if we can't grab a quick word or two, as there we go, back to the front stretch, back rolling off of pit road. Heat race number 2 looks a little something like this. Scott Bellum, TJ Grover right there in row number 1. Row number 2, Matt Allen and Todd Cray. Josiah Strauss, Lucas Lyons back in row number 3. Row 4 for heat race number 2. Nick Burlow in that 88 machine, and Andrew Molina. Larry Pulling and Cody Schultz round out the 10 truck field here for heat race number 2. It's going to be another fast 15 laps to determine where these 10 drivers are going to shake out for their grid spots in the feature. So we'll go ahead and once again get rid of that starting lineup, and we'll see if Bellum can put this one machine at the front of the field at the end of heat race number 1. And I tell you what, while we're sitting here, while we're waiting for these drivers to get to the green flag, I do believe we'll drop the hammer next time around. Tell you what, let's see if we can't grab a familiar face, a familiar name. Let's see if we can't get him for a quick second here, getting ready to go green flag racing. We'll get to the green flag here before we try to break in with heat race winning driver in heat race number 1. Clark Janikin, as there you can see Bellum fires off a little bit of tire spin right there for Bellum, but he's going to be able to take that spot away. TJ Grober right there in second. The 21 of Todd Cray running a fast third, now looks for that second position. I'll tell you what, let's see if we can't dial him up, bring him in the booth here for heat race number 2, walking away with the pole position, walking away with heat race win number 1. Clark Janikin, it's Dave. Man, how you doing? How you feeling here on the dirt? Yeah, things going to definitely be different in the feature here tonight. Hope you don't mind. We had word that you like to get on the mic from time to time, so we're going to steal some time from you now that you're already. And oh my goodness, looks like we've got a graphic problem. Oh my gosh. All right, sorry about that. Race fans do apologize. Anyways, Clark, heard you wanted to speak on the mic a little, so we'll get you on some calls here with us tonight. What do you say? Well, knowing a ton about the drivers, tell us a few of the drivers you're watching here in heat race number 2. Tell us who you think may be one of those sleepers with 11 laps to go, 10 when we cross the line this time by. Do you think there's going to be anybody moving from the back to the front? Yeah, some of these drivers may be playing their cards close. I know it looks like we got one driver around. The 127 is going to go around, but we'll stay green flag here in heat race number 2. Scott Bellum, your pole sitter for heat race number 2, walking away with this thing, about a half a second advantage over TJ Grober. There you can see, Todd Cray, he's right there still knocking on the door of it. He's got a little bit of distance to make up, but still a long way to go. And the truck does not look to be handling well here. It looks like he made a little bit of contact. We do believe we heard on the radio a little bit of contact with that outside wall. So Bellum now feeling those effects. So looks like the one crew going to be busy in between heat racing and the feature. Yeah, and looking at the track state, the track officials, track staff working on the track between happy hour and qualifying and getting at a little bit more racier state there. We seen in happy hour the track got pretty slicked off, and it was the line was really right up there next to the top. How are you guys going to approach it with your truck? Are you going to set it up for that fast slick, or are you going to set it up for that tacky side and try to build that race lead? Oh, and Bellum back into the wall. Well, you mentioned him probably going to be able to figure this thing out. There's Todd Cray sitting in second with the popsicle sticks on display. We'll have one to go this time around. And Cray, he's right there, man. He's all over the tail end of TJ Grober. Grober looks like he's got a little better forward bite off of the corners. Looks like Cray struggling just a little bit to get the power down here on the final lap. So, again, Clark, we appreciate you giving us some time here, stepping in the booth for just a moment. We know you got some things to get done with the crew chief down there in the pits before the feature starts. So while we got you and before we let you go, we want to give it a shout-outs, thank yous, love yous. All right, my man. We'll head down and elbows up. All right, there you go. A little bit of commentary in the booth here tonight with us. And oh my goodness, Clark, don't kill me. Please don't. It looks like we didn't plug in the mic. Yeah, so I tell you what, we're gonna rerun this. We're gonna rerun it. I tell you what, we're gonna rerun it, and we're just gonna snatch them right back in here. Hey, now that we finally got the mics plugged in, Clark, you want to do heat race number 3 with me?
What do you mean mics plugged in? What happened?
Well, sometimes Dave gets a little squirrel and forgets to do some things, and yeah, that was a great time. So practice run already in the bag, and what do you say we do heat race number 3 together?
I'm not gonna tell you no. Let's do it.
Well, we do apologize, race fans. We apologize for keeping you here with us. And it looks like some of these truck drivers going to go ahead and get to the starting grid. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and get this running order for heat race number 3. Your final heat race here tonight. Darren Clement and Jesse Hedges in row number 1. Row number 2, Brenson Hunt, I apologize, and Eric Norwitzki. Patrick Coro, Scott Thomas back in row number 3, row number 4, the 404 of Dave Gage and Daniel Jensen. Ben Bryant will round out the 9-truck field here. So 2 sets of 10s and 1 set of 9 here. Who you got your eyeball on here in heat race number 3, Clark?
The easy pick is to pick my crew chief, my buddy, my teammate Darren, but I actually think both the 48 and the 44 are going to be real good here. Narowski's sneaky fast everywhere we go, and Brenson Hunt's a dirt guy, so this is going to be interesting. I think they're going to give the 32 a run for its money for sure.
All right, so we do have some dirt guys. I thought some of these trucks looked a little bit smoother out there than what well, no offense, what could be expected. Some of you guys don't venture off into dirt very often, so very pleased and surprised to see some of the great times turned in by everybody throughout the field. A big field here tonight, almost 30 trucks showed up for Bristol Dirt, so that's saying something unto itself. And we're getting ready to pound the sand here one more time before the feature event. 80 laps here tonight, 15 to go. Let's see if your teammate can walk away with a good finishing spot here as we go green flag racing. Whoa, Clement sideways.
Yeah, he saw what I did in Heat 1, and he mimicked me.
Sometimes you can't monkey see, monkey do. Almost 4 wide, my God. Here we go. Oh, and does Clement have a problem? He's all the way down there on the bottom of the track, and it looks like maybe getting a starting penalty here. The 32s have to come to pit road. That's going to be big-time trouble. He's going to fall at least 1 lap down here in a short heat race. You're not going to get your lap back, and Darren looks like he's going to have to fight his way from the back of the field tonight.
Yeah, part of me's sad because he's my teammate, and he's a great buddy of mine. But part of me's so happy because I can rip on him for this. He's got me for the Kansas mistake, but now I got this over him. So I think even the playing field a little bit.
Get some shots in at the water cooler. Get some shots in here tonight on pit road, walking by like, hey, man, why ain't you up? Oh, yeah, never mind. Now, we love Darren out there. Tough break for him here on the restart and already rejoining the track, but he's going to be multiple laps down here as Brenson Hunt leads the field by over 2.5 seconds with just 3 laps in the bag, man. Hunt fired off, and he is just gone.
Yeah, one of those dirt guys, man. I'm not shocked at all. He was really fast and really smooth in practice. I'm a little surprised Hedges is in the back right now. He's another guy that's really good on dirt, but I don't anticipate that to stay that way for long. He was really good, especially when the track wore out. So you'll see that 33 march to the front for sure.
Yeah, he was one of those faster drivers for sure in happy hour here, but a little bit of trouble for that 33, scraping the outside wall through turns. I believe that was 1 and 2. Yes, it was 1 and 2. A little bit of contact with that outside wall, but there you go, diving to the inside, looking for a position on Daniel Jensen. Jensen's going to struggle at the top. The 33, he's been like the first driver I've seen really dig on the bottom here tonight, so looks like we've got one fan of catfishing.
Yeah, that's really surprising too, because in practice he was exclusively up top. But I think maybe he didn't want to tip his hand and show what he was capable of. Kind of keep us guessing. Not a surprise that he's able to make that bottom work before anybody else.
Yeah, and I mean, one of those other things, it's a common saying, especially on the asphalt and paved side of things. You know, sometimes you got to run where they ain't, and if you got to make a pass and they're in the top lane, yeah, well, I mean, you got no choice. You can either throw one hellacious slider, or you can try to make it work on the bottom, and you're not going to know what you got until you try it.
The bottom's tough, man. It takes a lot of finesse, and if you overstep that line just a little bit, you lose a ton of time. It's a challenge for sure, but if you can make it work, there's definitely speed.
Bottom, typically when it starts to slick off, we'll see the speed in the line really migrate to the top. As you see right now, that 33 really ripping it up there on the high side, pushing that fluff a little bit closer, trying to build the cushion, but with just 5 laps to go here, I don't think he's going to be able to build that cushion just yet. It's going to be interesting to see what the surface is like. Oh, Gage with some problems right in front of Hedges.
Yeah, I think as the surface wears out, you're really going to have to count on people making mistakes and doing what that 404 did, getting up into the wall, losing momentum. And you got to take advantage of those opportunities. You got to capitalize on every little mistake to move up through this field and build a gap to kind of keep yourself safe from that bump and run that we know is going to happen tonight.
And did you see that squeeze play, man? I don't know if you could even put a piece of paper between that 33 and the 404 or just a handful of laps ago. That was pretty close, pretty dicey racing there. Brinson Hunt once again just dominating here. He's out to over an 8-second advantage. Battle really sitting right here in that second, third, fourth position with Coro, Thomas, and Hedges. Nowitzki with a good run, rounding out your top 5. So before we let you go here with 3 laps remaining, that way you can get down to the truck and get that helmet back on and get everything that you need in the truck. Would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous? We do appreciate you giving us the time once again here, Clark. And again, congratulations on the pole and heat race number 1. Your roll off from the top spot. Mike's yours, my man.
Yeah, I want to thank you again, man. It's awesome coming up here and watching these guys. It's fun. I'd like to do it again, but I don't know when that'll be possible, racing every week. Want to shout out all my guys at ECE. Tough luck for Darren there, but he's going to bounce back. He'll be fine. And I want to shout out Kitty Cat Coin. They're a great partner, and I'm really glad to have them on board.
Well, once again, my man, head down and elbows up, and we'll see if we see you at the front by the time we wave the checkered flag.
Yes, sir.
All right, there you have it. Now you heard him as Brinson Hunt dominates heat race number 3. That's going to be it. Drivers going to be called to pit lane and get ready to hit the track once again for tonight's 80-lap feature event here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Going to be an absolute barn burner. It's going to be some crazy great racing action as there you see the fireworks from the infield. We get set and ready to roll here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Those familiar bells begin to toll in the background. You know the sounds, you know it's time to run down tonight's starting lineup in the Bristol Dirt Clash here in the ASMR HAUCK Designs Truck Series, rolling off. Inside row number 1, your qualifying pole sitter, your Heat Race 1 winner, starting inside that 27 of Clark Janikin. Winner of Heat Race number 2, just to his outside. Starting in the second position, the 45 of TJ Grober. Brenton Hunt and Bailey Dutton back in row number 2, row number 3 here tonight. The 21 of Todd Cray, followed by the 91 of Patrick Coro. Dylan Ussery, Scott Bellum back in row 4, row number 5, and rounding out your top 10, the 33 of Jesse Hedges and the 99 of Nicholas Wing. Lucas Lyons, Dave Gage back in row 6, row number 7 here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. The 4 of Vernon Braunbeck and the 6 of Josiah Strauss. Eric Norwitzki rounds out your top 15. You'll find the fast number 3 of Josh Douglas just to his outside. Andrew Molina and Scott Thomas back in row number 9. Row number 10 here tonight, the 23 from Tolstika Racing, the owner himself, Brody Tolstika. Rounding out your top 20 here tonight, the 69 of Larry Poling. Daniel Jensen, Robert Lukens back in row 11. Rolling off of the starting grid back in row number 12 here tonight with a long way to go to the front, the 127 of Matt Allen. The Carolina native Ben Bryant gonna push his 83 off of the starting grid back in 24th position. Ed HAUCK in 25th with last week's race winner, the 88 of Nick Burlow, rolling off in 26th. 27th, Darren Clement, Zach Miller right to his outside, and rounding out the 29 truck field here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway, Cody Schultz. What a race, what a night. Trucks gonna roll off of the starting grid here in just a handful of seconds. Man, if you're just now joining us, you missed 3 hot and heavy, highly contested heat races. And we get set to roll off of pit road. Here for tonight's feature event, it's 80 laps around Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol Dirt, baby. The Chevy Silverado pace truck finally fires off, and we're ready to fire things off as well. Coming into tonight's race, will we see another fresh face in victory lane? We've only had 3 race winners so far this season. Your pole sitter heat race number 1 winner has been to victory lane 2 times so far this season. Will Clark Janikin visit victory lane once again? Jesse Hedges, don't count that 33 out. He's going to start right in that 9th position, just inside of your top 10. Nicholas Burlow, all the way back outside of your top 25. Last week's race winner at Watkins Glen. Can the road course king get it done on dirt? We're going to find out shortly as that Chevy Silverado gets ready to duck off. Music will begin to fade away, and we will bring these machines back to life one more time here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Here we go. Back to the restart box, and just like that, green flag flies here at Bristol Motor Speedway down on the inside lane. A little bit of trouble for your pole sitter, Janikin. He's going to give up that top spot as Grober goes to the high side. The 26 of Dutton going to make a run on the high side as well. Wow, Janikin wins some struggles. Here's Todd Cray looking to his inside. We'll get that timing scoring over to the left-hand side of your screen. Whoa! Cray with a slide job right across Janikin's nose, and Janikin all the way back and forth now with Coro all over him. We're going to have some crazy battles all over tonight, all over the race here tonight. Lap number 2 already in the book, and Bailey Dutton looking like he's got what it takes inside of that 26 Toyota Tundra. Dutton fast on the top of the track. We'll see how things work when this track slicks off out. Excuse me, had a cough, so we had to mute the mic there. We do apologize. We'll see how he does when it slicks off out there next to that outside wall. It's going to be really interesting to see which one of these truck drivers are going to be able to drive it in that middle lane, down there through the slick, or down on the bottom, as it looks like we've got a handful of drivers with some troubles. A couple little self-spins, but they get things fired back up and going in the right direction, so we'll stay green flag racing. Brody Tostica and Scott Thomas with some trouble there. You can see one more driver slow on the bottom of the racetrack. I believe that's the 69 of Larry Poling with some trouble, and Poling going to fall off of the lead lap. Trouble for, oh, who was that? I believe that may have been Lucas Lyons with a little bit of trouble. There's Lucas Lyons, yes indeed, bringing that 24 F-150, the Mad Dog, Red Dog. Well, it's the Red Dog, but that dog might be a little bit mad having to come to pit road already here tonight. He's going to fall 1, if not 3 laps down here as we rejoin your race leader, Bailey Dutton, out to a 1.3 second advantage. Dutton looking good on the high side. We'll jump back around that 6th position. Here's a battle. The one of Scott Bellum, one of those dirt track, I don't want to call it a ringer, but one of the dirt enthusiasts. There you go. Very familiar with racing on dirt. Bellum has got that one machine back up inside of a top 5 position. Jesse Hedges in the 33 right behind him. Josiah Strauss with a good run so far. He's up 3 positions, but how about Darren Clement? We're going to have to watch this 32 Kitty Cat Coin truck work his way up through the field, back in heavy traffic, able to pick up a position from Josh Douglas, as well as now battling with Vernon Broadback on the high side. Broadback going to get into the back end of the 94, shooting the gap is Clement. Oh my gosh. Up 15 positions in 9 laps. That's getting it done here tonight at Bristol. It's going to be fast-paced action. We'll see if Clement can't break into that top 10 here very shortly as he gets a little further through the field. It's going to get a little tougher to make those passes. The 4 of Broadback going to drive it in deep down into turns 3 and 4. Clement now going to go to the high side, a little loose there for Clement, and Scott Bellum has issues. Bellum goes around. Oh no! Bellum goes around. Tell you what, let's check the replay here, see what happened with Scott Bellum. You can see the 44 of Brinson Hunt right behind him. And I was just cooking it down into the corner. There's the contact. The 44 going to send Bellum right on around. Bellum going to get it fired off and head back in the right direction. Tough break. He's going to fall outside of your top 15. Bellum all the way outside of your top 20, sitting back in 21st. And, you know, I don't want to, that's more of a racing incident. I really don't want to put that on any driver right there. Hunt, just running his line, and when you get let loose right in front of somebody, there's nothing you can do here. You hit the brakes on the dirt, and it doesn't stop. If you've ever been in your real life car and hit the brakes, and how you just, oh my gosh, and Bellum with trouble again, right in front of race leader Bailey Dutton, pounds him, T-bones him on the high side, and oh my gosh, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt big time for Dutton. That's gonna change the complexity altogether at the front of this field. Now TJ Grober takes control of tonight's race. Grober gonna take that top spot away. Dutton may end up on the pit road. Big time trouble there. Scott Bellum and your race leader Bailey Dutton coming together on the track right in front of the race leader. Bellum went around and nothing Dutton could do either. He's going to fall victim to a circumstance. Still running well here. A little bit down on the power, it looks like. Whoa, and a little clip right there. Dutton almost goes around. Ooh, very close as Jesse Hedges shot out of a cannon, man. He's made his way from outside of the top 5 into the second position. We heard our special guest in the booth with us here during the first portion, or I should say during heat race number 2 when we forgot to plug the mics in, and then heat race number 3 he joined us once again. He warned us about this 33. He told us he was fast, and again, you can't go against somebody who knows these drivers very well, somebody who races against these drivers week in, week out, and Jesse Hedges has got that 33 machine fired up, looking good here. There you can see a veteran inside of that kitty cat coin Chevy Silverado. Todd Gray bangs it up against the outside wall. He'll keep it going. Gray rounding out your top 3 positions. Pole sitter, heat race number 1 winner. He's in all sorts of traffic. He's got the 71 breathing down his neck, the 44 of Brinson Hutt right behind Dylan Ussery. And there you can see all of those machines, all lap cars. The 4, the 26, and the 1, all down off of the race lead. So these drivers having to not only deal with this changing track, you can see track really starting to slick over now. You can see a little bit of shine, a little bit of sheen starting to go into these corners. And look at that, 26 Dutton on a mission now. First driver 1 lap down. No, the 11 of Daniel Jensen's going to fall off in the lead lap. We got to go back up here to the front and back with your race leader, TJ Grober, as he continues to put drivers 1 lap down. He's going to knock on the tail end of that 7 of head HAUCK. HAUCK with a little bit of contact with the outside wall. The 45 is going to have to go to the bottom of the racetrack now. Shoot the gap. The 38 Miller High Life truck down there on the bottom. Zach Miller running that bottom line. Ed HAUCK up at the top of the lane. Where does the 45 go? All in the meantime, the 33 of Jesse HAUCK. He's going to arrive on the scene. There he goes. And with a little bit of a checkup, there goes Hedges to the top of the track. He's going to look for that race lead off of turn number 4. Will he have it at the line? Yes, new race leader. 33 of Jesse Hedges going to grab that top spot and start to try to walk away. Just a quarter of the way through tonight's race, and already some crazy good racing action. There you can see race leader Jesse Hedges closing in on the tail end of Just Douglas. Douglas going to fall a second lap down now to your race leader. And in just 24 short laps, we have put more than half of the field down off of the lead lap. Only 13 drivers remain on the lead lap here tonight in this 80-lap feature event. Just over a quarter of the way through tonight's race, we've seen multiple different race leaders. And now leading from the front of the field, the 33 of Jesse Hedges. And I tell you what, why don't we jump around the track just a little bit? You want to know what it's like to race on dirt? Let's jump on board with that 27 of Clark Janikin. Janikin with some contact. You can see that right front beat up quite a bit. Definitely not helping the handling, as you can hear him trying to keep it up on the high side of there. You can see 2 very distinct slick lines beginning to develop here. Bottom of the racetrack, that looks where you may find some of the grip. That looks like to be the tacky spot. And now turn number 3 really widening out. Wow, that's a tough one. Widening. Never mind. Really opening up, getting bigger. We got a thesaurus, but we can't say widening. Widening. You know what? Just forget it. We're going to forget that word, but we won't forget all of our great sponsors here in the HAUCK Designs Truck Series. Derek Spears Designs, one of our premier sponsors here in the HAUCK Designs Truck Series. If you're looking for some great button boxes and graphics and things of that nature, you got some iRacing needs, look no further. You can check out Derek Spears Designs. On board with Janikin as he tries to close in on Todd Cray, the 21 just off in the distance. You want to know what it's like back a little further through the field. On board now with the 4 of Vernon Braunbeck. Braunbeck carrying the Chevy Silverado on board camera shot for us here tonight. And we'll move to a couple different camera views through the course of tonight's race. But first, let's jump back to a battle on the track. There you see that 94 of Lucas Lyons, and he's got a quick Nick Burlow right behind him, the 88 with some contact on the driver's side, but he's still running well here tonight, up 16 positions from where he qualified, where he started tonight's race from. Outside of your top 25, now Burlow cracks the top 10. Let's go take a look inside of this man's cockpit. I do believe we got an office camera shot here tonight, as now that 32 of Darren Clement makes his way by Nicholas Wing. Wing sitting off of the lead lap, but Clement with a great run. Let's take a look at the man to putting in work inside of that Busch camo driver suit. Clement holding a pretty wheel here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. He's up 20 positions from where he qualified, so getting the job done. This kitty cat going 32 machine. Darren Clement now sits in the 7th position as we knock on the door of the halfway point. We've got drivers at the bottom, and oh no, trouble on the track. We've got our first caution flag of the night. First caution of the night, trouble on the track. Looks like Lucas Lyons may have been involved. I tell you, Robert Lukens, we apologize. I tell you what, let's go back. Let's see if we can't see it. Let's see if we can't find out what happened here. We'll go check out and see what the trouble was with Lukens. There you can see that 20 truck up at the top of the track. And I believe he may have got stuck inside the fence. And there it is, giving his best Tony Stewart and, Tony Hawk impression. Grinding the rails. That's not what we do here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You got to go to the skate park for that. Oh, my goodness. Coming right back down the track. Dave Gage going to catch a piece of that, so we'll slow things down right around the halfway point. I'm sure a few of these drivers could use a moment to catch their breath, a moment to get refocused, and maybe even get down to pit road. Looks like Dylan Ussery, Brinson Hunt, Darren Clement all coming down to pit road. I believe that may have been your lucky dog recipient making his way around race leader, the 33 of Jesse Hedges. Will Hedges stay out on track, or will he come get some fresh tires and some fuel? And for some of you out there that haven't been dirt track racing here on iRacing, those cold tires, those fresh tires, it's not really them being fresh in a sense as what we're used to on the pavement. We're used to those cold tires causing issues in these heavy tin tops. You want them to heat up to the proper temperature, and as can be said with dirt track racing, but here you're going to have those fast laps, and those first few laps when the tires are a little bit colder and not already burning up that right rear, or really binding things up on the right front. So going to be an interesting little mix of bags. We've got a handful of drivers down to pit road making those pit stops. Looks like Dylan Ussery will rejoin the track back in the 8th position. Brinson Hunt, the 44, going to be the last driver listed on the lead lap. Already less than 10 drivers remain on the lead lap, and it looks like Darren Clement, he's went to pit road. Long stay down there on pit road for a handful of drivers, and we've now got a lot of them off of the lead lap, listed one lap down here tonight. Only your top 9 drivers left on the lead lap. Jesse Hedges, TJ Grober, Todd Craig, Clark Janigan, Patrick Coro, Nick Burlow, Dylan Ussery, Brinson Hunt, and Lucas Lyons round out your top 9. All left on the lead lap here tonight. And how about Nick Burlow, man? Great run here tonight for that 88. We'll clue in on him. Where is he at? There he is. Nick Burlow with a solid night here tonight. Started all the way back outside of your top 25, and Burlow up 20 positions. You're going to refire in the 6th spot. Will we see Burlow in back-to-back visits the victory lane? And it can't get any more different from winning on a road course to coming to Bristol Motor Speedway, dirt, and winning. Can you imagine the switch that you have to be able to flip inside the truck to manage fast pace on a road course and then switch it over the very next following week to dirt track racing? Job well done, Burlow, here tonight, as once again on the gas, Jesse Hedges gonna tiptoe through the tulips on the top of the track, pushing that cushion a little bit closer to the outside wall. Nobody on the bottom. It looks like the high side is where you want to be, and Brenton Hunt is going to make up a handful of positions here on the restart. He'll go 3 wide for a moment. Burlow stuck to the high side. Oh, the 44 with some trouble. 44 with some trouble, had a great restart here. He's going to slide right in front of that 71 of Dylan Ussery. Patrick Coro right there, still running in the 8th position, and Darren Clement having to come right back to pit road, and we've got yet another caution on the track. Caution flag flies for the 2nd time here tonight now at Bristol Motor Speedway, so we'll slow things down back behind the pace truck once again. Jesse Hedges continues to lead. Clark Janikin, who's fixed up his truck. I do believe fast repair has been used, but no, Janikin's still out there. He's yet to head to pit road. Your top 5 have not head to pit road at all. They haven't ventured down there. It's got to be track position. It's got to be a thing where, even though you really could use that fresh truck, restarting back, even if it is inside of the top 10, restarting back there 7th, 8th, it might cause some trouble trying to work your way back up through this field. We'll reset with just under 40 laps to go here tonight. Caution laps. We didn't believe caution laps were counting, so we'll have to take a look at this lap count again, but it looks like, indeed, caution laps do count here tonight. All right, so we'll keep this thing moving right along then. Lap number 44 now on the board. We'll get the green flag when we head to take lap number 46 here tonight in the feature event for the ASMR HAUCK Designs Truck Series, the American Sim Motor Racing League, here on the iRacing.com platform, the world's #1 racing simulator. That's right, it's Bristol, but it's dirt. It's Bristol dirt, baby. Getting it on here tonight, throwing down here in Tennessee. These truck drivers absolutely putting on a show here, and look at the way the track has changed. A lot of black, a lot of rubber laid down all over, really from the middle to the top. So who's going to catfish? Who's going to be the driver that ventures to the bottom first? Who's going to look for the grip down there? Will it be Hedges? I don't think so. That 33 has liked the top of the racetrack. Will Janikin try his luck down there? Or will we see the wily veteran Todd Cray venture down to the bottom of the racetrack? TJ Grober, Nick Burlow. Maybe we'll find that 44 of Hunt. Brenton Hunt may put the turn 3. David the Cave Machine at the bottom of the racetrack and look to gain a handful of positions. And so what if I'm biased? I love it. Look at that thing. There's no way you can tell me that thing ain't pretty. I mean, how is this thing right here not pretty? Look at that thing. And it looks like, well, our our cameraman playing some games with us. Look at that 44 shine under the lights here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Turn 3 Dave of the Cave DSD sponsored Toyota Tundra, looking good. And Jesse Hedges brings the field back to the green flag once again here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway. We'll get ready and set to fire things off this time by. And it looks like maybe some running order issues here. We're going to have a quick caution once again here. So caution flag will fly immediately. We do not go back. Green flag racing. We're going to go one more lap around, I do believe. And yes, indeed, one more lap around, making sure we've got the starting lineup correct. And right there we go on the gas. Green flag flies once again as Jesse Hedges tries to move away from Janikin. There you can see that 45 of Grober digging at the top side, and here comes Hunt meeting the sandwich with Todd Cray, catfishing on the bottom. Bottom feeding here now late in tonight's race from Bristol Motor Speedway. We thought it was going to eventually work its way to the bottom, and now it looks like a handful of truck drivers looking to try their hand at the bottom of the racetrack. Barlow up into that outside wall. A little bit of contact with the fence. Hot and heavy action a little bit further back through this field. Look at all of these drivers. One lap down, 2, 3, 4 wide at Bristol. Scott Bellum battling one lap down, but battling for a position inside of the top 15. Bellum sitting 14th right now, trying to make up a handful of positions there. You can see contact with the outside wall for the 11 of Daniel Jensen as we've got drivers all over each other. It's a hornet's nest back here. Darren Clement back here, riding right behind Bellum, the 6 at the high side. Josiah Strauss with some trouble. The 99 of Nicholas Wing, also trouble here tonight. He's way back in the running order. Ooh, slide job. Darren Clement gonna slide all the way up the track. Oh, here we go. He's gonna dig it down deep, look for the slide job right in front of Dave Gage, and he's gonna take that position away. Clement now, after trouble tonight, trying to move back through the field. He's sitting in 17th. Meanwhile, at the front, this man begins to walk away from his fellow competitors. Can that 33 of Jesse Hedges continue to dominate here late? 1.5 second advantage over your pole sitter, your heat race number 1 winner, Clark Janikin. Back in second, TJ Grober with a great run. Let's check out this 45. You got to give credit where credit is due, and this man deserves a lot of credit here tonight. Won heat race number 2, won his heat race, qualified second overall in our qualifying session. Grober winning heat race number 2, started outside pole position, and here he is maintaining pace after leading a handful of laps here. Grober sits in 3rd. "29 drivers took to the starting grid here tonight. We have still got 24 drivers out there on the track. Multiple drivers, 1 lap down. Multiple drivers, multiple laps down here as we continue green flag racing with 25 to go. We're down to just 10 on the lead lap. Patrick Coro listed as the last driver on the lead lap, but already a half a lap behind. Coro struggling for long run pace here at Bristol. trouble on the track for your race leader. Big time issues there with the 91 of Patrick Coro having some issues around on the track. Heavy lap traffic with your race leader, Jesse Hedges. And Hedges falters and has some contact, and he will fall outside of your top 5. Big trouble for that 33. Will he have enough time to get back to the front? Sort of Ed HAUCK with some trouble here tonight. HAUCK going to have an issue and a problem, and he will head. Oh, my gosh. Big trouble here. HAUCK not able to get that 7 machine running once again. Tell you what, let's go back. Let's check the replay and see what happened with HAUCK. Contact between the 127 and the 7 turns HAUCK into the outside wall, and he Tony Stewart's it for a moment, and yeah, that's some trouble. So caution flies for the 3rd time here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's going to be a short track Saturday night dirt track shootout here with less than 20 laps remaining here tonight. Oh boy, look who's in second. A wily veteran, Clark Janikin, joined us in the booth in heat race number 2 and in heat race number 3. He said the man to watch, or one of the so-called sleepers as we like to call them, that you were going to have to watch out for was going to be that 21 Kitty Cat Coin driver, Todd Gray. He was going to get it figured out, and when he did, you better watch out, and here he is. 18 laps to go. We should have, I believe, 16 to go when we drop the green flag once again. And Todd Gray with a chance to walk away with his first race win here in season number 5. And what a crazy night here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. A lot of drivers with some trouble. A lot of drivers caught up in the lead lap. And if you think it ends tonight, I think some of those feelings, some of those unhappy thoughts may just continue on into next week, because we hit the high banks of Talladega Super Speedway coming up next week here in the American Sim Motor Racing HAUCK Designs Truck Series. So, going from, I mean, look at the gauntlet right there. I mean, that is a crazy little schedule. You really pushing the skills of these drivers over the course of the next few weeks. I mean, we went from Kansas to Watkins Glen to Bristol on dirt. And now we're going to head to the high banks of Talladega Super Speedway next week, followed up by Auto Club. So in, what is that? 5 weeks, we hit almost every style of track available for these drivers. I mean, the only thing you got to throw in there is a race at, let's say, like VIR or Road America or something like that. One of those, or COTA maybe even, one of those formula races, and they've covered every kind of track here on the iRacing platform. If you're going to walk away with the HAUCK Designs Truck Series Championship, you're going to have to be not just a consistent driver, but you're going to have to be good across the board at all driving styles. And we are going to get sent to fire things back off once again. And here we go. Chevy Silverado ducks off. Janikin leads the field to the restart box and on the gas. Green flag flies once again. Look at that 44. Brinson Hunt going to step out of line. He's going to drop right to the bottom. He's going to challenge the 21, but not very long as Craig gets it. Whoa, here we go. Off a corner exit, Hunt Almost grabbing that second spot. Cray with some trouble at the top. We'll keep our eyes on Cray for the moment as now Nick Burlow moves around Brinson Hunt on the high side. And again, that high side is the place to be. And here he is, Jesse Hedges. Jesse Hedges with a run, but we got a quick caution. Big trouble here for multiple drivers. Lucas Lyons with some issues. Tell you what, let's go back and check the replay. Let's see what brought out our latest caution flag here tonight. There you can see just a stack up behind that 33 and Dutton involved, Darren Clement involved, and oh, more drivers getting pieces of this. Oh man, there's sheet metal everywhere. Take one more look at it here. Coming right at you above in the drone cam, and there's that contact that got Dutton loose. Clement into him. 41's going to catch a piece. The 11, here comes the 26 again. The 4, the 11 comes sliding in. Scott Bellum loosened sideways. No contact for Bellum, but still gone up and involved in this one, so it's going to be a tough break. And now we've got just 11 laps to go. Does anybody have anything for Janikin at the front? Less than 10 laps to go in tonight's feature event. 80 laps here at Bristol Motor Speedway to decide who's going to walk away with the wooden sword, who's going to put their stamp on the season by walking away as the dirt track king. Only one dirt track this season for these drivers to try to conquer, and I tell you what, if it's up to me, we're going to push for maybe another one. We're going to push for maybe 2 dirt track races. If I can talk them into a third one, I most definitely will. We'll have to see how that all goes. But let's hear your thoughts and opinions out there, everybody in TV land. What do you think? You think these drivers need to go to more than 1 dirt track race or more than 1 road course? Let's hear what you got out there. Let's see your opinions, and we'll see if we can't convince these admins to give the fans what they want here in the upcoming season number 6. A little bit on down the road, but sometime in September, early October, we should fire things off here with season number 6 for the HAUCK Designs Truck Series. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation, man. They have put on an absolute show here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. Dirt tracking at its finest here. And how about Todd Cray, Jess? That's right. Right there, sitting in second with another shot here on a restart. We'll have to wait to see if he can get the job done. But if you haven't already, join us in that push to 3,000. Drop these drivers that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by. With that being said, we're ready to drop the green flag with just 7 laps to go. Janikin at the top, Cray at the bottom. Here we go. Green flag flies as Janikin hits the gas. Inside lane struggles to get going. Burlow with some contact. Burlow with contact on Hunt. Big time trouble. Big stack up here. Here comes Hedges with a run off the top. Contact with Scott Bellum. He'll go to the inside retaining wall. Trouble and caution flies once again. We've seen Scott Bellum take a trip to that inside safer barrier. That caused some chaos, for lack of a better term. And just like that, we'll go back under caution conditions. Tell you what, let's see if we've got our eyes on it. Do we got that one? Can I get a yeah? No, yeah, we got it. Okay. All right, we're going to go to this replay here. Let's cue in with the turn 3 drone cam. There you can see Bellum down at the bottom of the racetrack, kind of avoiding all of this carnage going on here. Big run from the 33, Hedges into the side of him, into that inside safer barrier. Oh my gosh, Darren Clement. Did you see Clement? My gosh. Nowhere to go. Contacting Darren Clement. His night has went from bad to worse. We'll jump on board here. Let's ride with Darren as he works his way off of the corner exit. There you can see him, a little bit of contact with the man in front. No! Oh my gosh. And truck no longer under power after that one. Big time trouble for Darren Clement, and we'll rejoin the race at the front with your race leader, Clark Janikin. This is going to be... It's going to be interesting here, race fans. I do believe we're going to see ourselves a green-white checkered here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I think we're only going to have this short green-white checkered to go here tonight. So it started off the first half of tonight's race with virtually no cautions. A rash of cautions a little bit late in the going here. Caution number 5 now waves. Brings the field to a crawl. Slows everybody back down. And we'll get ready to fire things off here. Cray looking like he's maybe trying to see what it's going to take to really get that 21 to hook up on the restart. Advantage really belongs to your race leader by being able to fire off in that restart box pretty much whenever he wants. Cray already at a disadvantage, but he's got to find a way to get the rear tires hooked up enough to try to hang with Janikin. I think if Cray can get a good 1 and 2, and he can throw it down there deep into turn number 3 on the bottom of the racetrack, I think he's got a shot. I think he's got a chance at a possible slide jump move, or maybe just keeping it down there on the bottom. It's gonna be a rough go. He's gonna have to be tougher than woodpecker lips to get the job done. But I mean, it's gonna be rough. I mean, the top side of the track, although it is slicked off, it is the fast lane around here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway. So again, driver's gonna have to be easy, but they're going to have to be on it. It's one of those conundrums that, do you overdrive the corners? What do you do here? Either way, we know the Kitty Cat Coin sponsor will cross the line first here when we drop the green flag. And Patrick out there in the chat needing that bounty on Clark. And I mean, no offense, Clark wasn't in position here. Unfortunate circumstances with that 33 of Jesse Hedges, who finds himself running in third. Oh, 3 wide. Hunt, Burlow, and Hedges 3 wide. We're going to stay with this paddle for a moment, man. I'm telling you. And it's going to dissipate just as much as it came together. Burlow would contact with the outside wall. White flag flies. Final lap now for race leader Clark Janikin. Burlow with some contact with Hunt. Oh! Todd Cray gets hooked! Todd Cray hooked on the final lap, and that is going to end his night. And coming off of turn number 4 for the final time, your pole sitter, your heat race number 1 winner, your race winner here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway, walking away with that checkered flag, getting the job done. Inside of that Kitty Cat Coin, 27 Toyota Tundra, the Las Vegas native, Clark Janikin, gonna park it in victory lane once again. And not much of a smoke show here tonight. Still burning it down, giving the fans in the stands what they came to see. Great racing action here tonight. With that being said, race fans, we're going to step away for a quick commercial break. Get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And back trackside after the brief commercial break here from Bristol Motor Speedway. Tonight's 80-lap feature event did not disappoint. Man, there was some crazy good racing action, some late race caution, a little bit of late race chaos. There's a few drivers down there talking on pit road, but we're going to get to talking to some of the drivers that walked away in podium positions. How about the finish here tonight? Let's see if we can't dial up and have a word or two with the man that walked away in that third position. Let's see if we can dial up that 71 of Dylan Ussery. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy, bud?
I do, buddy.
Hey, man, how you doing? How you feeling after walking away with a solid finish here tonight?
Man, to be honest, I almost didn't run this race. We just had our twins. I've been in the hospital with them. They hadn't come home yet. That's why I missed the road course. I honestly, at 7 o'clock, wasn't planning on running this race, and Brinson and Bailey talked me into it, and it paid off, man. That was a really fun race. Way funner than I expected it to be.
Well, man, my man, on a side note, congratulations on the babies. We hope everything ends up okay and everything's well with mom and the kids. Hope they get to come home soon. So, yeah, we'll stop there and get back to the task at hand. Started outside of the top 5. You had a solid night, pretty clean night for you in that 71.
Yeah, that was just my plan, to stay clean, stay out of wrecks. I pitted early. I probably shouldn't have pitted, but I felt like I would rather go ahead and take my chance then than now, and it paid off. I mean, that race for the checker flag was awesome. It don't get no closer than that.
Well, Dylan, a fine run for you here tonight. You came into tonight's race outside of the top 10, a good solid podium finish here tonight. That's going to give your point standings a big shot in the arm, but we're coming up to another tough track. A lot of people think it's an easy track. We're going to head to Talladega Super Speedway, but some tough decisions have to be made at Talladega. And how do you think you and your 71 crew are going to fare next week?
We're definitely going to have to put some time in practicing and run some races and just see what we can figure out. Like you said, it's definitely going to be a strategy game. And we're not the best at strategy. We're kind of new to this, but we're learning. I think we'll be all right.
Well, Dylan, if next week goes anything like this week, we're going to expect to see you with a solid finish once again. Congratulations on the podium finish here tonight. Walking away third from Bristol Motor Speedway, the dirt track here at Bristol Motor Speedway nonetheless. Congratulations. Great job. Great finish here tonight. Before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, man. Thank HAUCK for the wrap. Legacy Charters and Jamie G Charters, they're my sponsor. They sponsor me in real life, too, in our racing. And that'll be it, buddy.
All right, my man. Well, we won't keep you any longer. Congratulations, and we'll see if we can't catch up with you next week.
Awesome, man. I appreciate it.
All right, there you go. Straight to the point and right at it. Dylan Ussery walks away with third here tonight from Bristol Motor Speedway, and that's going to move us right along to the man that gained the most positions here tonight. I mean, he had an absolute rocket ship. Let's see if we can dial up that 88 of Nick Burlow. It's Dave, man. How you doing?
Fantastic. That is not the result that I expected tonight at all, so I'm ecstatic on that one, that's for sure.
All right, well, we'll jump right into it then. Biggest mover of the race. 24 positions gained. You started in 26. Here in second. Why shouldn't you be here?
Just never do good. I mean, I could tell the guys behind me were faster. I was just catching guys that were getting caught up and stuff at the right time, so I wasn't really making passes on anybody. They were just getting bad luck, and I was in the right position to like kind of pounce on them. So I contributed a lot more to luck than anything else. I was in the right spot at the right time, especially there at the end. Like, for instance, Todd, when he crashed, he went up in the air for no reason. He just like springed up. If he doesn't spring up, I crash him, and I finished 12th. You know, so that was a lot of luck with the game right there, not doing the damage correctly. But I won't complain about it. But I think I was like an 8th to 10th place truck overall, like on pure speed. But
Well, sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good, and sometimes it's, in the words of Kevin Harvick, you know, it's good to have that horseshoe somewhere. We're not going to speculate on where you got the horseshoe. Hopefully it's in the truck right beside you, and got you here to second place run, a solid second place, backing up last week's race win at the Glen. So what's the future holding for you inside of this 88 here? I mean, some great finishes here in the past 2 weeks. We head to Talladega, a crazy track coming up next week as well. And we get back to kind of the normalcy. Normalcy? Yeah, I think that's the right word. Yeah, there you go. When we head to Auto Club. But what's in store for you and that 88 crew?
Nothing really, to be honest. I won't be doing much more this season. I'm actually getting married this Saturday and then going on my honeymoon the following week, so I'll miss Talladega.
Don't do it, man. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. And so then I'll be back for those next 2 races, and then I'm in the Air Force Reserves. So after those next 2 weeks, like the second week in July, I believe, I'll be up at my base, like across the country for like a month. So I'll be back right like the second or third race of the playoffs, but I don't know if I'll be in the playoffs or how that works. I'm not sure if the win and you're in thing is still solid, but yeah, I'll miss like 4 or 5 straight weeks there in July.
Well,
We'll
see if we can't get a rule change put in for newlywed and service member. You're allowed in. I think I think I'm gonna try to push that for you.
I don't want to take it away from anybody trying to snake in there at the end, because then if I won the championship, some people would raise some hell probably, but I definitely appreciate it.
Well, Nick, congratulations on backing up last week's race-winning performance with a solid second place here tonight. No matter how you got the job done, you got it done. You ended up in second here tonight. Before we let you go and enjoy the upcoming wedding and honeymoon and everything else coming up your way here shortly, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at the shop?
Yeah, I'm just thank the sponsors big time. I'm especially at HAUCK doing all my paints, killing it out there. I'll give a little shout out to Overstreet. He gave me a little tips to help me be a little more smooth on the track individually. He helped me a lot there. Just everybody in the league. It's fun to race with. It's a little chaotic race, but it's dirt, so it's expected. But really respectable group of guys race with, and I'm excited to go and watch your broadcast after this, because it's always a good fun to watch afterwards. See how it played out on the big screen.
Oh yeah, and it played out mighty interesting. We'll say that and leave it at that, Nick. Again, coming from somebody who's been married for 16 years, congratulations. We wish you the best in your marriage, and we congratulate you on that, and thank you for your service. And you stay safe, my man. Until next time we see you. Yeah, man, just take it easy.
Have a good night.
All right, there you go. Final parting words from the soon-to-be newlywed Nick Burlow. Almost captured the flag once again, but will settle for second here tonight. Kind of feeling like he lucked into second place, but nonetheless walking away with second is that 88 of Nick Burlow. And, well, you know the man. We know the man. We heard from the man earlier here tonight, walking away with the pole position, winning heat race number 1, and, well, we don't want to say backing into one, but Clark, third race win, man. Got to feel good about it.
Yeah, it's my first win in the trucks on dirt. I've struggled at Eldora. I've struggled at Knoxville. I felt like I was a top 3 truck late for sure. I didn't have really anything for the 33, but I told you, if you just keep defenders on or stay out of trouble, try to avoid the calamity, you'd be all right. And I gave him one at Kansas, and he gave me one tonight, so I'll take it.
Well, we're going to go back to the start of the feature event. A little bit of trouble getting that truck going. Walk us through some of the troubles there on that initial start and how you corrected it there towards the end of tonight's race, because those restarts very critical with those ration cautions at the end of tonight. You were able to hook up the tires and get that truck heading off in the right direction.
Yeah, I kind of struggled a little bit to start my heat too, and I wanted to change it, so I bumped it up to third gear, and I felt like I started too slow, and trying to make up for that, I kind of got a little bit too hard on it. You got to be so careful as you accelerate these things and really gradually get into it. And I spun the tires a little bit, lost a little bit of momentum. By the time I had it corralled, I was third entering turn 1, so I kind of put that in the memory bank. I think we had a restart where I was 6th or 4th on the top, and I kind of watched what Hedges did and how he went about it. And from there, I kind of really locked in on third gear, found a way to make it work. I had the wheel way to the left about 60 degrees, but she hung on, and man, stole one. I'm hyped, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, absolutely great race for you inside of that 27 truck. Great night for you and your crew, as we said earlier here tonight when you joined us in the booth. You walked away with the pole position. You won your heat race, and now you got the checkered flag as well. What do you think you and your crew is going to get done next week when we hit the high banks at high speed at Talladega?
Well, Dave is a really good plate racer, so I'll probably just latch onto his bumper, or he'll latch onto mine, and we'll see what we can do. We've been really great working as a duo, and then Darren and Todd joined us here last season, and we even excelled further. I think that was evident in the Clash preseason that we were up there, just got turned late, coming off 4 while leading, and I didn't get to finish that one off. But I think we'll be all right. I think it's a little bit wider racetrack, so 3 lanes will for sure be a factor. I think it's gonna come down to green flag pit stops if we keep it clean, and if not, you're gonna have to find your friends and hope they're committed to you.
Yeah, I mean, friends, sometimes at Talladega, your enemies end up being your friends, and your friends end up being your enemies, and sometimes you're just like, forget all of you, I'm doing my own thing. But however you and your crew decide to run next week's race, I'm sure we're in for some great racing action, not just from you, but the entire field. But first and foremost, Clark, congratulations on a dominating performance here tonight. Whether you backed into one or lucked into one, however you want to say it, you're the one in victory lane. You walked away with a heat race win. You were dominant in happy hour, dominant in qualifying. So altogether, just a great night for you and your 27 crew. So before we let you enjoy the rest of the celebrations and head off back home, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home or at your shop?
Yeah, man. I gotta thank everybody at ECE, even the guys who aren't a part of this league. Some of the road racers. It's crazy how many things carry over from so many different disciplines of racing, and we've got such a great group over there, and so many different guys that bring a ton of different skills to the table. So it's awesome to learn from them. They help me improve each and every week. I gotta thank specifically Ed and Coro and Dave over here helping me admin. They're awesome. They really do most of the work, and I kind of just get dragged along by them. I appreciate you broadcasting. Kitty Cat Coin, I said it earlier, they're an amazing partner. So thankful to work with them. Steven Ayers for the awesome paints. He's got a real talent, and I appreciate him hooking us up. Mentality, Infinite Hero, Bruzy Simware, and Butt Kicker, and everybody else that helps ECE be dominant like it is.
Well, my man, again, always a pleasure to catch up with you in the post-race interviews. Always a pleasure to watch you out there on the track, and congratulations on your 3rd race win of the season. You got to leave some for somebody else, because I think we got somebody out there in TV land maybe starting a petition to get a bounty put out there on that 27. So I don't know, maybe a number change.
It's there. It's there. If I had to guess, it's old 32.
I tell you what. I tell you what. I'm not going to give out any names. You're going to have to go back and watch and wait for that comment to pop up. I'm not throwing anybody under no bus, but hey, I don't know. You may want a number change. That's all I'm saying. Nah. Again, man, congratulations here tonight. Great race here from Bristol Motor Speedway, and we'll see if we can catch up with you next week at Talladega.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, all in good fun, poking at the bear there for a moment. Clark Janikin walks away with the race win after some late race trouble for that 33 of Jesse Hedges, contact with some lap down machines, and he gave up the race lead, and Janikin didn't look back from that point on, had to keep the race lead on a handful of restarts, and the 27 parks it back in victory lane once again. And well, not very much left to do here from the production booth, as indeed the producers are hitting those buttons in the background. You know the sounds, you know the tunes, you know it's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results from Bristol Motor Speedway here tonight in the ASMR HAUCK Designs Truck Series, walking away with the checkered flag here tonight. Inside of that 27 Kitty Cat Coin machine, Clark Janikin captures the flag. Nick Burlow back in second with Dylan Ussery rounding out the Euro podium drivers. Brinson Hunt, Matt Allen finish out your top 5. Jesse Hedges, Vernon Broadbeck right there in 7th. Todd Cray finishes in 8th after a last lap calamity. Nicholas Wayne back in 9th, and the 6th of Josiah Strauss rounding out your top 10. Patrick Coro, Zach Miller back in 12th. 13th tonight, Josh Douglas. 14th belongs to Lucas Lyons. Eric Norwitzki back in 15th. 16th to the 1 of Scott Bellum. Scott Thomas right behind him in his 79 INRS. Truck Bailey Dutton fast in heat racing, but trouble here tonight. He'll finish 8 laps down back in 18th. 19th from Bristol here tonight, Larry Poling. Darren Clement will round out your top 20 with Dave Cage back in 21st. Daniel Jensen in 22nd. The 45 of TJ Grober will finish in 23rd, and HAUCK back in 24th. Robert Lukens 25th. 26th belongs to Andrew Molito. Brody Tolstika back in 27th. 28th tonight belongs to Ben Bryant, and Cody Schultz rounds out the 29 truck field here tonight. That's going to be it from us. So we're going to begin to roll up the cords and cut off the lights and get ready to head to Talladega Super Speedway. Again, if you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation. Let them know you enjoy what it is that they do week in, week out. And with that being said, join us in that continued push to 3,000. Show these drivers some love and drop the thumbs up. Click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right hand side. Get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you each and every time you stop by. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.